Hi everyone, welcome back to Mixed Media Morsels Homespun. Today I'm going to work on my page for June. That's this page. And normally when I have the bottom of the bag section, I will cut this apart like I did that first time and make a little flap. But this time I don't really have enough to put on my page, or that I want to put on my page, to cover these two sides of the flip out. So I'm going to just put paper flat on the page and just create a little one-page spread. But I do want to cut some of this away just because I don't really need the extra bulk of it in the book. So I'm just going to very minimally trim across this edge here, and I'm going to cut the bottom out, and then I'll fold the rest of it down to lay flat. This piece right here that I'm cutting out, I'm going to use that at a later time, this bottom piece, and that'll be coming up in a future video. Okay, see, I'm just going to cut that away, and that gets rid of all this extra thickness there. Okay, just like that. So it's just like the bottom never existed there. Kind of folding that back a little bit. There we go. Try to flatten it out some. Okay. Our food for thought is charming. And the items to add is bunting or flag banner. You know the kind of thing I'm talking about. I usually add those in all of my journals just because they're a favorite of mine. And as always, you don't need to include the bunting if you don't want to. You can do your page about anything you feel is charming. I am going to add a bunting, and I'm also going to add some more of my little cat snips. Now, if you don't know what those are, be sure to check out my most recent video. I'll put a picture here of the thumbnail so you know which one you're looking for. It's this random cutting that I've been doing a lot of lately. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And the most recent thing I've been doing are these little potted plants, like this. And it's just snipping out little pieces from scraps of leftover painted papers and scrapbook papers. Here's another one. And just gluing down a little pot shape and some leaves. And I'm telling you right now, these have been so enjoyable. And so I'm going to link this, and I will put it at the end of the video. So I actually have a piece of scrapbook paper that I'm going to start with and put here. And originally I was thinking I would just cover that whole bottom piece. And so I had gone ahead and cut a little thumb notch out of the paper to signify that it was going to be a pocket. I was going to make a pocket there. Well, now I actually have a pocket. I have the bag as a pocket. So I will leave that there and probably just punch again right inside there. Let's see. I think before I attach it, though, I'm going to go ahead and draw a little border around it. I'm not drawing the border on the bottom because I'm going to be adding a piece of cardstock, just a little piece of brown cardstock straight across the bottom. I've made a few more little potted plants, and I'm really tickled with these, you guys. I'm just having the most fun. So here's a pot, and I've got to finish doing some doodling, some details on these, but I just wanted you to see how cute. And they're so simple. That's a piece of scrapbook paper for a pot, and this is pieces of a painted paper. I mean, it's so simple, and yet they're just so cute and so fun. And this one is scrapbook paper, painted paper, And this is from scrapbook paper, the flowers, and all I did was cut like little tiny hearts. I just freehand cut these little tiny hearts and kind of pieced them together as the petals of the flowers. Isn't that fun? See, this is, again, scrapbook paper and then painted paper for this little tiny pot with the kind of a viney plant, like a philodendron or something. It just hasn't grown, whoops, it just hasn't grown out long and stringy yet. So anyway, I am really tickled with these, and I have to do a little bit more doodling, but I'm going to do that now. And I'm also going to make my little bunting, add my little bunting here across the top of the page. Oh, you can't see the top of the page. Hold on. There we go. My bunting is going to go like across here. And I'm going to have my little plant setting on this little edge here, this little brown edge. So they'll be sitting there, and then my little bunting is going to be made out of these hearts. What I did here is I used fabric. These are all fabric hearts. And I ironed on some of that heat and bond onto the back of these little pieces of scraps, little rectangles. And then I die cut those pieces. And then you peel off the paper. The paper's already come off the back of these. But you can iron these onto something else, which is kind of cool. So I'm not going to be ironing them on, but a benefit of using that heat and bond on the back of your fabric is that because that is stuck to the fabric, there's no fraying. So if you want nice clean cuts that pretty much stay nice and clean, you can use some of that heat and bond. It just makes all the difference in the world. It suddenly doesn't look as flat. It's really fun, and I just love this so much. Okay, so I have a little garden sitting down here. Love it. Kind of knocking down a little bit of that white on the edge that I put on. Just still outlined, but not quite as bright. Yeah, I like that better. I think it blends into the page better now. There we go. So yeah, I love how that turned out. I am so loving making these little potted plants. I just can't stop. I can't stop myself. I've moved right in from making them in their own video to moving them right in here to the Mixed Media Morsels. Okay, so now I'm going to attach my little bunting. So I'm going to move my little clip over here. So let's see. I've got a piece of baker's twine. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top of each one of these hearts, just in the top portion there. I'm going to start with the middle one and then work my way out to kind of keep it centered somewhat. So let me see if I can kind of mark where that center is. Pinch it there. Okay. I'm going to let that hang by the top of the heart, like that. So all the little hearts are going to hang. I thought about making little triangle banners and putting the hearts on it, but I wasn't sure if there would be enough room. And I really love these little hearts that are made out of the fabrics, and they're very vintagey fabrics, and so they feel very homespun. So I figured I was just going to let the focus stay on the hearts. Okay, now it's a good spacing on the string. And that's so cute. Absolutely charming. Absolutely. I don't know what it is about those little buntings, little flags and things. I just love them and have loved them since I was a child. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little knot in the string, just for no reason except it kind of finishes off the end of it there, and it gives me a place to glue it down. I'll glue the knot to the page. And I have a little quote that I'm going to put on the page. Some of them are stickers from a sticker book, and some are words that I wrote. There we go. I love this simple, sweet page, you guys. Just brings me so much joy. I love it. So, as always, I hope you have a great time putting your page together. And I will look forward to seeing those in the Mixed Media Morsels Facebook group. And if you're not a member there yet and would like to be, just check for the link in the description of this video and come over and put in a join request, and I'll get you in there as soon as possible. Sometimes it takes a few days, so be prepared for that. But we'd love to have you, and you will get a lot of inspiration from seeing the pages that all of the members of the group post each month. Also, check out my Ko-fi page if you're interested in receiving happy mail from me every month, or if you'd just like to get a printable from me every month. My memberships have a nice little range, and so there's something for everyone. So come check it out, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.